I am in Hatch, New Mexico. This is one of the campiest towns that I've been to. Yes, in case you're wondering, this is where Hatch chilies come from. Across the street there is the world famous Sparky's restaurant. It's really awesome. Let's go look at this stuff over here. There's Sparky's again. Before we go look at that, across the street, they've got all this wacky stuff here to help advertise the restaurant. Including other restaurants. A couple of Hatch chilies up there. We are in New Mexico. There's got to be some aliens, right? That is so awesome. Now let's go over there and take a look. World famous Sparky's, 1944. They're known for their barbecue and their Hatch green chili burgers. That's fantastic, isn't it? Well, let's take a drive through downtown. See what that looks like. See all the Hatch chili references that are in the town. They are all over. Now there's Sparky's restaurant. Median age of this town is 27. It's very young. I think that's just about it. Let me turn off and I'll show you a map. They just got all kinds of neat stuff here. All right, here's the map, so you can see where I'm at. And here's population history, peak population, year 2000, 1673, 2020, 1539. It's lost a little population, but not a lot. I was driving by the rail lines that come through town, and I came upon this big truck. Those look like peppers. Recently harvested. I guess they're just drying them out in the sun. Maybe someone can fill in, let them know what they're doing here. There's a couple other trailers there filled with the chilies as well. Hatch was named after a guy named Richard Hatch. He was a general for the Union in the Civil War. By the way, Hatch, New Mexico calls itself the chili capital of the world. I'm sure you've seen Hatch chili, well, Hatch chilies in the supermarkets and Hatch chilies in restaurants. They've become very popular. For it to be called a Hatch chili, it has to be grown in this area. And they're a special kind of chili. They've got a unique taste that they attribute to the climate and the soil in this area. Well, let's get to some numbers. Here's the ethnic breakdown. 85% Hispanic, 15% white. Yeah, that's it. Let's see, why don't I give you median household income? $40,625 a year. That's $780 a week. It's a cool looking place, isn't it? Alright, let me give you poverty. 28.1% overall. School-aged children, 40%. Ooh, that's pretty high. 65 and older, 12%. This beautiful old church here. Alright, still got a couple more numbers to give you. Here's cost of living. It's an 84, so 16% lower than the rest of the U.S. Crime here, last year 21 incidents per 1,000 people, exact same as the U.S., which is 21. And well, one more number. Median home value, $110,700. Alright, that's going to do it for here. Next time you're in a grocery store or in a restaurant and you see something made with hatch chilies, well, now you know what it looks like, where they come from. I am making my way into Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. I'm heading into downtown. You are probably wondering, how does a town get a name like this? The town is named after a very popular 1950s radio show. The radio show was called Truth or Consequences. They had a contest. And, well, this is what the contest was. If you changed your name, and they're talking about towns, if you changed your name to Truth or Consequences, they would come to it and broadcast an episode. So the people of this town rallied, did just that, and the radio show came here, and they did a show. One of the most unusual names of any town in the country. This is a secondary downtown street. Let's take a look at it as well. The town is built on natural springs, hot water springs. So there are hotels and motels in town that have the hot water piped in, like hot tubs and stuff, and they've got bathhouses as well. The town is a pretty popular tourist destination for the hot springs. Look at that beautiful old theater, El Cortez. Nice. It's a bit of a art enclave as well. There's a lot of art galleries here in the town. Well, and as you can see, it is quite beautiful. Median age here is 27, so it's a pretty young town. Now that I'm out of downtown, let me show you a map so you can see where I'm at. And in population history, peak population year 2000, 7,289 people. Last census down to 6,052. Yeah, the town is just littered with motels. Really interesting Pueblo architecture. It's quite beautiful. Median age here is 43. Here's the ethnic breakdown. 58% white, 36% Hispanic, 5% Native American. Last 1% is mixed race or other. Yeah, here's another resort. Hot Springs Resort. Here's the median household income. $29,142 a year. That surprised me. That is really low household income. That's only $503 a week. That is a beautiful house, isn't it? Here's the poverty rate. 34.8 overall. School-aged children, 38%. 65 and older, 27%. Yeah, poverty rates are pretty high. To be expected with the low incomes, though. Yeah, it definitely looks like a rural desert town. Let me give you cost of living. It's a 79, so 21% lower than the rest of the U.S. Crime here is pretty high. Last year, 33 incidents per 1,000 people. Compares to 21 for the U.S. Didn't really expect that. Here's the median home value, $107,500. Lots of stucco. Well, all right. Nicole and I are staying in Las Cruces. It's about an hour south of here. So I'm going to end this part of the video here, and her and I together, the next part of the video, we'll poke around that town. And of course, try out a restaurant, a local restaurant, and see how the food is. So hang tight for that. I am in Las Cruces, New Mexico. Checking out this really cool mural. In case you're wondering, Las Cruces translates into City of the Crosses. Alright, I am in downtown. As I walk through it, I'll tell you about the city. Let's start with the map, so you can see where I'm at. Las Cruces is about 45 minutes from El Paso. And the cities are a little bit intertwined. Here's population history. Last census, peak population, 111,385 people. Look at the history. 1990, 57K, 2000, 74K, 2010, 97K. The city is rapidly growing. Median age is 34. This downtown used to be pedestrian only. In 2005, they put a couple of roads through it. A couple of lanes, that is to say. You know, one each way. I don't know. I really like pedestrian areas in the cities, in the downtown. Maybe it just didn't get enough traffic. Well, let's do the ethnic breakdown. 59% Hispanic, 33% white, 2% black, 2% Asian, 1% Native American. Remaining is mixed or other. Calvary Chapel. All right, metro area, by the way, is 230,000, but combined with El Paso, the metro is 1.1 million. So there's quite a few people here in this area. Median household income, $55,012 a year. That's $1,060 a week. A little bit lower than the state of New Mexico. You can see the state of New Mexico overall is $62,268. I'm at a city square here in the downtown. Looks like an area for the public to gather. Maybe even have a concert, some live music. And Santa Claus up there. It's really nice down here. Lots of restaurants, shops, even a comic book store right there across the street. Let me give you a look. It's beautiful, isn't it? Here's the poverty rate, 19.3 overall. 17 and under, 13%, 65 and older, 19%. Those are a tad high compared to the US, but cost of living is lower. It's 91 overall, so 9% lower than the rest of the US. Healthcare is 98, that's the highest. Utilities is the lowest at 81. Yeah, utilities is lowest, not housing. It's usually not that way, huh? I'm coming upon the Rio Grande Theater. Built in 1926. Yeah, this is beautiful. I think that's used mostly for live performances now. Yeah, that is Renaissance architecture. So 15th century Europe. Alright, I'll just continue making my way through here. Driving into town, we couldn't help but notice how nice everything is. It's new. Everything's new and well put together. Didn't really see any rough areas of town. We've driven around it quite a bit. There's no trash anywhere, no graffiti. It's very clean and beautiful. So when I pulled up the crime numbers, I was really shocked. Here they are. 5593 per 100K. That compares to 2119 for the rest of the US. So what's that? 2.5, maybe a little bit more higher than the rest of the country. Look at violent crime. 720 per 100K compares to 359 for the US, so twice higher. Property crime's the big one. 4873 per 100K. US is 1760 per 100K, so much higher property crime. I was really shocked to see those crime numbers. This is one of the safest looking high crime cities I've ever seen. I mean, it just does not look like a high crime city. But it is. Clearly something they're going to have to work on here. Yeah, this is the old county courthouse. They've since built a new one. And, you know, it's nice. It's a new building. Doesn't have the character of this one. This is Spanish Revival. It is haunted. And it is the setting for numerous paranormal TV shows now. It's haunted because the jail was also here, and apparently the prisoners were treated very poorly, and many of them died. So they haunt the place. A former judge, haunts the place as well, as I understand it. There were plans to make this into... That was a loud motorcycle. There were plans to make this into a hotel before COVID. So now it's just a place that's haunted. I'm going to try to see inside somewhere, but I can't really reach over there. Anyway, yeah, there it is. The old haunted courthouse of Las Cruces. Yeah, here's a poster in one of the windows. They actually have tours, haunted history tours. I bet that's pretty fun. There's the entrance. You can see the poster I just showed you. And the window above There's a ghost. Here's a view from the back of the building. Trying to find a window to poke the camera in, see if we can see the inside. All of them, the windows on the bottom floor, have been boarded up, except for this one right here. I found one. Let's take a peek. Looks like the glass is broken out. Ugh, it smells really musty. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I was just walking down the street and I saw this. It's just sitting here. Statue of Jesus and Mary. There's no church or anything around here. Help America, pray the rosary. Oh, suffering Jesus, oh, sorrowful Mary. September 24, 1941. I guess that's when they put this here. Interesting. All right, here's a quick look at one of the neighborhoods. A lot of the homes in the area look like this. Lots of palm trees. The median home value here, by the way, is $246,200. We're at the New Mexico Farming and Ranching Heritage Center. It's all about 300 years of farming and ranching in New Mexico. Okay. So let's go check it out. Right as you walk in the museum, they have a statue of the infamous Billy the Kid. This is a chuck wagon used to feed cowboys on cattle drives. What do you think of that?
Cool.
And I believe this is a legit one, not a replica. This is called a pit house. These were built 1,300 years ago by Native American farmers here in New Mexico. They're very common to the area. Looks like they would light a fire there in the middle. Wow, that is amazing. Wow, I just came upon this little statue. He's got a sword stuck in his stomach. It looks a bit uncomfortable, doesn't it?
What does it mean?
Huh?
What does it mean?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to find out. It doesn't really say anything. Wooden crucifix painted and decorated with straw. New Mexico colonial home, 1813. It's a typical home of the era.
These are the rooms that we're going to see.
Oh. So this is like a living area, right when you come in. Oh, that's where they would keep the baby?
Baby gets a swing bed. That's cool.
Huh?
The baby gets a swing bed.
Huh. And a little fireplace there. Cabinets for your stuff. Even a little desk. And then what's this room? It's like a bedroom?
Courtyard.
Oh, courtyard.
Yeah, no, this is a courtyard.
A courtyard, okay. And the bedrooms would be off there, but they don't have the bedrooms built.
Yes.
Bedroom there and a bedroom there. And fireplace here.
But you gotta have a chicken up top.
And there's got to be a chicken on top. Yeah, you're right about that. Now, I've never seen anything like this. This is a New Mexico sheep herder wagon. Oh, wow. It's got like a little bed, a little stove inside. It's like an early RV. How about that? This is a 1936 International. Truck that farmers of the era would use. And I've got a Model T here, Ford Model T. Farmers would use these in the late 1800s to haul produce to the market. Looks like it's straight out of Flintstones, doesn't it?
I would have thought it was older than that.
Yeah, that's very rudimentary,
Yes.
even for late 1800s. This is a horse-drawn hearse from late 1800s. This is a typical New Mexico kitchen, early 1900s.
Phone.
It's even got a little phone.
That's a big phone.
You're right, that is a big phone. This is a mercantile store from 1907. Well, looks like he has some fresh vegetables there on the ground. Some candy. All kinds of canned goods. Even a sewing machine if you felt like you needed it. He sold a little bit of everything here, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Gotta have coffee.
I'd have coffee. The early Walmart. We're in a dairy section of the museum, and here's some information I didn't know. Everybody loves ice cream. The Chinese invented ice cream around 200 BC using milk and rice. I did not know that. Ice cream was expensive, and only people with lots of money could afford it. Ice cream was first mentioned in America in 1744 when the governor of Maryland served it to visitors from Scotland. Marco Polo, Alexander the Great, George Washington all loved ice cream. Today, Americans produce more than 1.6 billion gallons of ice cream a year, and most people eat 4 gallons. I eat about 12,
Yeah.
at least. It's one of my favorite things. Navajo churro sheep. Well, there they are. Well, I think this one wants to say hello. Probably wants food, huh?
I don't think you're allowed to feed her. Or him.
Sorry, fellow, we are not allowed to feed you. There's a big sign that says, "Do not feed you." I know, I could see you. You want me to give you some food. Trying to keep the camera on him.
What would you fed her anyway? Or him? Or her?
Well, there's some, straw over there.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if you could pet it. You want to try petting it?
You try petting it.
Yeah,
Vinegar smell like sheep.
it's letting me pet him.
And so these guys are big. But then again, they could just be very fluffy and like maybe really tiny underneath. Who knows?
They're actually quite beautiful.
They are.
They seem friendly. Looks like a male and his little harem of 3 females. Look at him all proud. And tired as well. He's got to keep up with all 3 of the girls. The horse. A mare is an adult female horse. Colt is a young male horse. A foal is a young horse of either sex, less than a year old. A filly is a young female. How about that? Did you know all those terms?
Yes, of course I did.
Don't touch the horses, they may bite. All right. This is the weaning pen. They're in the process of being separated from their mother. Some horses there in the background. We're going to have an early dinner Andele's Doghouse. Andele. How do you pronounce it?
Andele.
Andele Doghouse. Okay. Cool.
That's what I get for quality.
Here we go. Smells good already. Really good. All right, we are looking at the menu. You thinking guacamole salad, huh?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, we're always ready for some fresh guacamole. This is what it says at the bottom of the menu. All entrees are prepared fresh daily, made to order, using finest ingredients. We don't cut corners or open cans. Sounds good to me. I'm having a pineapple margarita on the rocks. And Nicole's just having water.
It's agua here.
Agua. All right, everyone, here's the guacamole. Looks good. Comes with a bucket of chips. What do you think?
Oh, I mean, it looks good. It's supposed to be fresh to order, so we'll see.
Yeah. This guacamole is fantastic. You can tell it's fresh made, as well as the pico on top.
Yeah, I especially like the pico. You can see it more here with the fresh jalapenos and stuff in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guacamole itself, definitely fresh made. Big chunks of avocado.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Yes.
All right, we decided on entrees. I'm having a Mexican dog. It's a bacon-wrapped all-beef frank, served in a specially baked bun, topped with pinto beans, grilled onions, diced onions, tomatoes, jalapeno mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, jalapeno salsa. That sounds like quite a dog.
Yes, it does.
And then I'm having some cheese fries, Mexican cheese fries with it. Now, what are you having, honey?
Oh, I'm going to have, I think they're down here. The
Shrimp tacos?
Yeah, shrimp tacos. It has red and green bell peppers. It has purple cabbage, and it's simmered in soy sauce. Now, it comes with guacamole, and it usually comes with rice, but instead of the rice, I'm doing a corn medley.
Okay,
All right.
there it is, guys. It's a cute little restaurant, decorated with lots of dogs on the wall.
Lots of dogs.
And a fireplace down there. Nicole's still eating her chips, queso.
I gotta kill the heat from that hot salsa.
Yeah, TV. And they have a real nice patio with the fire pit. Well, everyone, here's the food. That is my Mexican hot dog. Wow, what a mess that is.
Yeah. I hope you get some of that on your shirt.
I'm not even sure how I'm going to eat that. With a fork, obviously. Looks good, though. And then I got some Mexican fries. And then I got me some beans and rice on the side as well, because I do love some beans and rice. And you've got...
Well, mine are shrimp tacos, but you put them together yourself. So the tortillas are on the side here, and then we've got all the shrimp and the bell pepper, and it gives you more guacamole, diced tomato, and again, it was supposed to come with rice, but I got the corn medley instead of rice. So
Cool.
mine looks good.
It does look good. All right, well, let's see how it is. Thoughts on the food? These Mexican fries are not good. They're not. They're soggy. Right? Soggy French fries are just not good. I don't know.
Nope.
They just do not work for me. The hot dog, it's interesting. There is a pile of stuff that you have to get to get to the actual dog. Yeah, it's an exercise to eat it. It's pretty good, but as you guys can see, wow, you don't even need this part of the bun. All you need is this little bit. It's pretty good. Beans and rice, amazing. It's hard to mess those up. All right, how's yours, honey?
Mine was pretty good. I really liked the corn medley, the shrimp and the shrimp mixture with all the peppers and everything. That was nice and tasty. I didn't touch the guacamole, but that's only because I had it for an appetizer and I was done with that. And the tortillas themselves are nice and fresh, nice fresh corn tortillas. So I would give it a thumbs up. I like it.
Cool. All right, everyone, here's dessert. Best part of dinner. Pecan pie with cinnamon pecan ice cream. Man, I can't wait to try that. And I do love me some pecan pie. So does Nicole.
Yes, I love pecan pie.
I'll buy a pecan pie and You expect to eat half of it, but she'll eat most of it.
Bullshit.
She does. Anyway, yeah, let's dig into this. This dessert is fantastic. The pecan pie is amazing. I managed to get a couple bites of the ice cream before Nicole scarfed it all down.
Well, the ice cream was cinnamon and pecans. I mean, come on. I mean, those are two of my favorite things in the world.
Yeah, the ice cream was loaded with pecans. It was fantastic. Better than the pie, actually. And the pie was very good. All right, everyone, here's the tab. 65.57. What do you think, hon?
Well, that's not bad because we got appetizers, entrees, we got dessert, so.
One drink, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and you got your margarita.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, everyone, that's going to be it for New Mexico. Now, you'll be watching this the first week of January, but we are actually here shooting this in mid-December.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to take the second half of December off for Christmas, and then the video after this is where we'll actually be right now as you watch this. Getting all that? You didn't get all that?
No.
I think they get it.
Okay.
So we'll see you there.